Hi, this is Walter Montero, and you're listening to this week's edition of the Real Estate and Mortgage Show. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate and Mortgage Show. We record on Tuesday, so today is March the 3rd, 2015. I want to welcome you back, and I hope everybody hit the RSP deadline in time and made your contribution, your cash contribution, so you can invest in mortgages in the future. I hope, anyway. But yeah, really good feedback we got on the RSP section of the show. We did a few shows back to back about RSPs and real estate, and I'm really glad you enjoyed them. As you could probably tell by my enthusiasm about talking about real estate and RSPs, it's obviously a topic that I really enjoy. And thanks again for your positive feedback from my interview with my wife Karen. A lot of people got a lot out of that. Karen's a very smart lady for sure. And by all means, if you have any questions for the real estate or mortgage side, please feel free to give her a call. You can reach her at the office, 519-624-9222. This week's topic is going to be a little different. It's about sellers this time, real estate sellers. And I'm calling this one Things That Sellers Do That They Should Stop Doing Right Away. Okay, and these are just a few things that I see over my 28-year tenure in the real estate business that I see sellers do, and quite honestly, I'd like to see them stop doing them. I don't know if we're ever going to stop them, but if I can bring them to your attention and maybe just give you a little bit of a Cole's Notes version or a synopsis on why you should stop doing them, then by all means, I hope it helps your real estate transaction go more smoothly. Okay, so let's start off right with number one. And number one, of course, is going to be overpricing your home. I got to tell you, we're probably in today's day and age, I don't understand how we still have overpriced listings. Okay, because quite honestly, the information that is available to both buyers and sellers to properly price a property really puzzles me. So you've got people that are still trying the market. I get it. Okay, you can certainly push the market a little bit, especially if there's a lower inventory and that sort of thing. I mean, otherwise markets would never go up, right? But I mean, really, there are situations like there's a listing that just came up on our real estate board just a couple of days ago, and this thing is got to be $100,000 overpriced. First of all, shame on the agent for taking the listing, and shame on the seller for actually thinking that there's people stupid enough out there to pay $100,000 more than what a property is worth. I mean, good God. How does that happen? People have access to information on both sides of the fence. People don't buy a property for $100,000 over the value. That's ridiculous. We're talking about a 400 and maybe a $425,000 home at the most, and this thing's $100,000 overpriced. I mean, that's just crazy. It's arrogant, and quite honestly, it's just ridiculous. It needs to stop. We got to stop overpricing our homes, price them correctly, go through a comparative market analysis, make sure that you're clear on how the exercise works, and price your home accordingly. Because if you don't, then you're either going to have no showings at all, or you're going to have all kinds of showings and no offers. Not a fun process, okay? Unless, of course, you just like being on the market, which really I don't get unless you really want to sell. But anyway, number one, stop overpricing your properties. Number two is turning down showings because it's inconvenient. Folks, let me tell you something. Having your home on the market is inconvenient. So when you decide to go on the market, you have to be prepared to accommodate showings as much as you can. Okay? If it's inconvenient, the one that puzzles me the most is, no, 2 o'clock doesn't work. Come back at 3:30. We'll be back at 3:30. Well, first of all, I'm not out showing a buyer one house. Okay? I'm showing a buyer a series of houses. And if we can accommodate the request, of course we do it. Okay? But more often than not, we just end up eliminating that house out of the roster altogether. All right. So don't take your home off, or don't not allow a showing because it's inconvenient. You want to make sure that your home is on the market, it's available. You want to take advantage of buyers when they're at their emotional peak. Okay, looking at property, accommodate the showings. I mean, your home is on the market, make it convenient. I get it, it's not fun, but make it convenient. Okay, just make them work. Number three, requesting an alternate time. I think we already talked about that. We don't need to talk. The next one, number four, not cleaning up for showings. Folks, when somebody is coming through to buy your home, you need to make sure that your home is clean, okay? Don't leave dishes in the sink. Don't leave dust on the floor. Don't leave the place a pigsty, okay? Buyers are going to come in, and if the house does not show well, this is not helping your cause. Furthermore, you're wasting everybody's time. You're wasting the buyer's time. You're wasting the agent's time. If you are going to put your home on the market, have the decency to clean the house. And if you can't do it, have it professionally done. Okay? I know of several home cleaners that do a great job. Give me a call. I'll be happy to line you up with one. For Pete's sakes, when your house is being shown, make sure that it's clean. Okay? The next thing, of course, is not fixing things that are broken. Okay? I think probably the biggest thing here is probably like windows, maybe non operational doors, burned out lights. I mean, that's always a beauty. You go into a room and there's a light burned out. Fix stuff, okay? You're trying to sell your house. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Some people think, oh, hey, if they want to buy it, they're going to have to take it as is. They don't have to take it as is. Fix the darn house, okay? Your house is on the market. Make it look like $1,000,000. Like when you buy a car and you buy it from a dealership, everything is working and that car is nice and clean. Do the same thing for your house, all right? It's only going to improve the saleability of your property. Next is leaving pets in the house during showings. Okay, I've got a bit of a soft spot for this one because I'm a dog lover, but folks, a lot of people aren't. So when your house is on the market, make sure that you accommodate or make accommodations for Fido. Okay, Fido's got to go somewhere because sometimes there's people that don't like dogs. And quite honestly, I can tell you that I've been in houses when the owners are home, when you go and list the house, and then you go back to that same house when the owner is not there, okay? And when the pet is home alone without its owner, you would not believe how protective those animals can be of their domain. Okay, so even though you think you have a friendly pet, make sure that you make accommodations for the pet. Put them in a cage, or more importantly, get them out of the house if you can during those showings. Take them with you. All right. As far as cats are concerned, cats are funny because sometimes they can be aggressive too. More often than not, they're not. Okay. But the biggest thing I worry about as a real estate agent with cats is if the darn thing gets out while I'm showing it. And then all of a sudden, I'm chasing a cat around the neighborhood. And I'm there to sell a house. I'm not animal control. Okay. Take care of your animals. Make sure they're out of the house during the showings, and it'll make the showing process a whole lot easier. The next one is turning down heating or air conditioning during the day. Okay, when people are at work. Don't see it so much on the heating side, to be honest with you. Sometimes we do, probably more, we see it more on the air conditioning side in the summer, but nonetheless, we do see both. Okay, now, one thing that I want to bring to your attention is when somebody goes through your home, they're looking at it through the day, and if you have a programmable thermostat that lowers the heat or lowers the air conditioning while you're not there, your house turns into either a walk-in fridge or a boiler room. And when you walk into those situations, buyers are in a hurry to get out of the house. Of course they are. It's uncomfortable. So if your house is on the market, put the heat at a comfortable temperature. Keep the air conditioning, more importantly, at a comfortable. Buyers will put up with heat more than they will with lack of air conditioning in the summer. Okay. The next thing you need to stop is you need to stop being present for showings. All right. When a buyer goes through your home, they do not like the seller to be home. Okay. So make sure that you make yourself sparse. Get out of the house. Your house is probably accompanied with a lockbox. Let the agent use it and let them go through your home. Okay? The agent's got plenty of information on your property. If there's any questions that need to be asked, they will ask you. Okay? But please be sure to be out of the house. And I can tell you more than anything, it's not so much that people may not like it. I can tell you this much is that when we take a buyer into a home and the seller is home, there is more of a feeling of being rushed through the showing because they feel like they're imposing on your life, and of course they are. But nonetheless, you're the one that decided to put your home on the market, so you've got to put up with it. Okay, but quite honestly, be out of the house if you can, and if you can't be out of the house, be out of the way. Okay, don't hang around the showing. Let the people do their thing. Stay out of their way, unless of course you're asked. But stay out of their way and let the professionals do their job. Okay. The next thing is trying to sell items like furniture or lawn equipment to the buyer. That sort of goes hand in hand with the last point I made. First of all, if you're not there, then you don't have a chance to do that. But don't try and sell stuff like furniture and lawn equipment and that sort of thing. The person's there to buy a house. If they want to buy furniture, lawn equipment, they know where to find that. Okay? Unless you're practically willing to give it away, then give it away. But if you're trying to make a deal with chattels in the house, please, this has got to stop because It's disruptive to the showing, it's disruptive to the sales process, to the home sales process. Stop doing it. Okay, my next one is asking the listing agent to be present during showings. Okay, I got to tell you folks, this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm reading through a listing, trying to make arrangements to take one of my buyers through, and then there's a little clause in the listing that says that the listing agent must be present for all showings. Really? I mean, for Pete's sakes, that what does that say in terms of your trust in the real estate community? These people have an accountability, they're insured, okay? So there's no need for the listing agent to be present. Furthermore, the buyer a lot of times wants to keep his identity confidential. Okay, sometimes there's situations where they know the listing agent. They don't want to be around the listing agent when the property is being shown, and don't make that request. Okay, you got a $2 million house, a $3 million house, folks. People aren't there to steal your stuff. And if you got stuff that's possibly going to get stolen, then put it somewhere else during the sales process. Put it away so people don't have the temptation. I personally, I've heard of stuff being stolen from time to time. I've never heard about it a whole lot around here. And quite honestly, in my 28-year career, I've never had any of my clients had stuff stolen from the house. So there's no need for the listing agent to be present. Okay. And a couple more that I just wanted to add in. These are more from my wife, and quite honestly, she makes a very valid point. Smoking in the house. Folks, don't smoke in the house. Today is, it's March 2015. Smoking should be done outside. I mean, you can't even smoke in a park anymore, okay? So don't be smoking in the house. The majority of people don't smoke. It stinks up the house. I had a listing last year that the owner smoked, and he smoked in the house. Told him to stop. He didn't. Somebody did buy the house. But I can tell you that smoke in his house, I bet you it cost him somewhere around $5,000. Okay? Because people couldn't get over the smell of cigarette smoke in the house. Okay? Don't smoke in the house. Stop it. And then the last one is cooking smells. I know that we live in our houses and we cook and all that kind of thing, but the big thing is don't cook. Don't be frying fish before a showing, or or don't be making cabbage or that sort of thing. It stinks up the house. Okay, if you wanna give a house a good smell, bake some cookies. Okay, but don't make anything powerfully strong and smelly for a showing, and it should make the sales process a whole lot easier. I hope that these things helped. These are just a few things that I've picked up over the years that I see happen time and time again, and they just need to stop. So hopefully that'll help you in your home sales process. And if I can be of help to you in your home sales process, by all means, please give me a call. You can reach me at 519-624-9222, or you can email me at walter@maximumresults.ca. Thanks very much, folks, and I hope you have a great week.